Good morning or good afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. Hey, kids at home, and today we're going to be reading some more books about, you guessed it, apples. Do you like apples?
Yeah.
Do you like red apples or green apples?
Red.
Green's my favorite. I love green apples.
I like red.
Well, look, just take a look in this basket. Do you see this right here? You know, books are a lot like these apples. Because you see, apples can be different. You can have red ones and you can have green ones. Did you know that books, you can have books that are about real things, like this book on elephants, and like this book that we're going to read today about an apple orchard. Or you could read books that are not real, like The Three Little Pigs, or this book, Big Red Apple, Cinderella. So there are authors write books for different reasons. Some books are written to teach you about something, and some books, like this silly scarecrow, they're written to entertain you. Did you know that? All right, well, let's go over our learning standard before we get started. I always like to go over the learning target, so I'm going to pull it up right here. And you can say it with me. Say, I can tell the difference
I can tell the difference
between fiction
fiction
and nonfiction. I like this. When I say fiction, I think of fake. Say fiction,
fiction,
fake.
fake.
They both begin with that f sound. But now say nonfiction.
Non-fiction.
It means it's not fake. It is real information. So I like to read both kinds. I like to read fiction and nonfiction. But when I'm really wanting to learn about something, just like we need to learn about lizards. Am I going to need, do you think I'm going to need a fiction book or nonfiction to teach me about lizards?
Non-fiction.
Yes, nonfiction. Right. And nonfiction is going to give me real pictures and real information. So we're going to get out of here and go down. And I never close my camera out, y'all. And look, my camera's gone. So I have to pull my camera back up right here. And we will get it. Here it comes. Camera. I did not close my camera out. All right, so the book we're reading today is about an apple orchard, a day at the apple orchard. So if you think back, the last 2 days we read a book about the apple tree, about that sad little droopy tree that was sad. And then the day before that we read about where the first grade class goes on a field trip to an apple orchard. Do y'all remember that, kids? Well, today we're going to take an imaginary field trip ourselves and go to an apple orchard. So come on, pretend, put your shoes on, get dressed. Let's all get on the school bus and go visit an apple orchard. Also, and the word right here, orchard, an orchard, that's just a place that grows different kinds of fruit trees. Go to a peach orchard. And when a farmer, say harvest. Harvest. When you harvest something, you gather it. You just gather your things, you are harvesting them. All right, let's dig right into this book, boys and girls. Sorry, it'll be okay. All right, we're going to start right here at the beginning. It's a sunny day in early fall. Perfect for apple picking. What are those kids sitting on?
A tractor.
Man, that looks so fun, doesn't it?
Did you know my parents used to have a tractor?
I didn't. Before we go into the orchard, we learn how apples are grown.
Whoa.
It has taken many months for them to grow and ripen. Just like all living things, apples need the right amount of rain and sun to be healthy. Look at those nice green apples, those red apples. They look real healthy and delicious, don't they? Notice the real pictures. It's not like a drawing or a cartoon. In nonfiction, you always see real pictures.
Does red apples look real?
Oh, look over here at the ice.
Is that real?
Icy. It is real pictures. The life of an apple begins in spring. During the winter months, the tree doesn't grow or change. This stage is called dormancy. Can you say that word, dormancy? I like to think about it as the baby apples that are inside the little baby apples are asleep during this stage. They're sleeping. When the warm weather awakens the tree and it begins a new cycle of growth. The leaves push out from the tiny buds and 5-petal blossoms grow in beautiful shades of pink or white. Do you like the pink or the white better?
Pink.
Ooh, I love them both. They're so exciting in the spring when the apple trees start to blossom. Apple farmers set up beehives in the orchard. When a honeybee lands on an apple blossom, it sips the sweet nectar. Tiny grains of pollen stick to its legs. You see that little bumblebee right there? And I'm going to put the picture for the kids at home to see. If you look real close, you can see the pollen on his little leg. That is so cool.
Ooh.
As the bee flies from flower to flower, the pollen it carries fertilizes the blossoms. This is called pollination. Can you say pollination? As spring turns into summer, the flower petals fall from the trees. Y'all, if that ain't beautiful, I don't know what is. That is beautiful right there, isn't it? If I was there, I'd just roll all in those flowers just like a little rabbit.
Anytime I saw some flowers out in a hill, I would go down.
I love flowers. Wow, what are those? Let's read and find out. On the branches, ovaries begin to grow. They will become apples. All summer long, the apples get bigger and bigger. As autumn approaches, the apples start to ripen. They turn from green to red. Look at that one. That one looks yummy, doesn't it?
Look at that little apple.
I did that. Look. It's apple time. That little boy's being silly like I was. Some types of apple, like Granny Smith, stay green. Others, such as Golden Delicious, turn yellow. By late summer or early fall, the apples are fully ripened. It's harvest time. Woo, that's when we're going to pick the apples out of the apple tree and put them in baskets. We'll see. We pick up our baskets and get ready for a tractor ride. Yeehaw! Don't that look fun, y'all? The tractor takes us into the orchard. We're picking Empire apples today because they are the ripest. I see them all growing on the trees right there. Do you see those apples growing? Before we start, we learn the best way to pick an apple. Instead of pulling it off the tree, we must turn the eye, and that's the bottom. We turn the eye to the sky and tug it gently. Say that with me. Say, eye to the sky.
Eye to the sky.
And turn it gently. We want to make sure that the bud is not damaged for next year. It's time to start picking. So you get it, twist it up, and tug it off. Look at them. They have apples in a bucket just like we do. Look at them getting those apples off. If that's not a good time, I don't know what is. Look at here. Apples bruise easily. So we place them very gently into the basket. While we are picking, we see wire guards at the bottom of the trees. Why do you think they put those wire guards at the bottom of the tree?
For the tree doesn't fall.
Right. Did you know that people are not the only things that like apples? Do you know who else likes apples?
Bunnies.
Bunny rabbits and a deer. Lots of different animals love fruit trees, and they gnaw on that bark, try to get to those apples, those sweet, delicious apples.
Sometimes apples still fall down.
We aren't the only ones who like apple trees. Apple farmers must safeguard the trees from hungry creatures such as rabbits, rodents, and even insects. Did you know that insects get to apple trees? Our baskets are full, and it's time to head back to the farm. Now we sample the apples, crisp and delicious. Next, we see how apple juice and cider are made with an old-fashioned hand press. Do you like apple juice? Oh, I do too. Did you know you make apple juice from apples?
My mom and dad, they make apple juice for us. We don't have to buy apples.
That's awesome. All right, the first thing you do, first the apples are put in the press. Then we turn the crank and the cider comes out of the bottom. Then we have a taste test. It's been so much fun learning about apples. We can't wait to come back next year. And boys and girls, I can't wait to read my next book with you. Do you remember what we were learning about, what our learning target was for today? I'm trying to teach you about fiction, which is fake, like the silly scarecrow, and nonfiction, like A Day at the Apple Orchard. Do you remember what to look for to help you know that a book is going to be nonfiction? Will you see fake pictures or real pictures?
Fake and real.
You're going to see real pictures. Hey, and you might have something like this too. Let's look at this book about chickens. You might see a table of contents. See that? Look, if you wanted to learn about all sorts of chickens, you turn to page 2. See these real pictures about chickens? You might see diagrams. And then even in the back, you'll see an index with a listing of the words. All right, boys and girls, books are so much fun, and you just need to remember when you're picking out a book, what you're reading it for. Are you reading to have fun? Or are you reading to learn something new? All right, then you can stop this video now, and you're going to sort some books into fiction and nonfiction. See you next time. Y'all say bye.